Hey guys, it's Christina from Our Rich Journey, and in today's video, I want to do something really interesting, which is talking about how psychology intersects with our financial habits. So I have always really been interested in psychology and how that impacts how people think, how they behave. I was actually a psychology major in college, and I got my master's degree in psychology before I went on to law school. And after I graduated with my master's degree, I did research, and in that research, we studied teens that had a history of substance and alcohol abuse, and we did fMRIs on their brain and looked at their brain as they process different decision-making tasks. And I thought in today's video, it'd be really interesting to talk about how psychology really impacts your financial habits, your financial decisions. And the first thing that I want to talk about is anchoring bias. Now, with this concept of anchoring, it's when an individual relies too heavily on an initial piece of information when making a decision. And that initial piece of information is known as anchoring. So have you ever been to a store where something is, for example, originally priced at $500 and then the price is slashed to $250? All of a sudden, just by seeing that 50% slash, you think you are automatically getting a deal by buying something at $250, even if $250 actually is overpriced for that particular product. This is called anchoring bias. And I think it's really important to be aware of this type of bias when you're making financial decisions, when you're investing, when you're buying things, because that can allow you to really look at the intrinsic value of an item before you purchase it versus just looking at that discounted price. Next is the endowment effect. And this really ties into the emotional value that we place on things because of ownership. So under this concept, people place higher value on the things that they own simply because they own them. And because of this, sometimes people are more reluctant to part with things, even if it's the more logical choice. So this can really impact the way that you invest, for example. So sometimes people hold on to stocks longer than maybe they possibly should because of an emotional attachment. So recognizing this type of endowment effect can really help you make more objective financial decisions, leading to better portfolio management. Next is herd mentality, the concept of following the crowd. A lot of times, many people will feel safer following the crowd. And in some circumstances, this can actually benefit individuals. But this can be really detrimental when it comes to investing. For example, people want to follow the herd when the market is doing well. They want to throw their money in as the market goes up and up. But when the market crashes, this herd mentality starts saying, you have to get your money out. You're going to lose all your money. And this causes people to pull their money out at a loss. So I think the herd mentality is something that people should really be aware of while they're investing. On this channel, we always talk about consistent investing, dollar cost averaging, investing whether the market is high or whether it's low, and avoiding that herd mentality so you can really allow your portfolio to grow. Next is paralysis by analysis, where we're overthinking our decisions. A lot of times when people are confronted with so many different options to choose, they sometimes get overwhelmed and avoid making decisions altogether. Now, this can be really common, especially for beginning investors in the stock market. There are so many different investments to be made. But on our channel, we talk a lot about index funds and ETFs, where you can hold a vast number of investments in one specific fund. And that allows for more diversification of your investments, but it also allows you to hold so many different investments in a fund without having to pick individual stocks. So if you feel like you're in that stage of paralysis by analysis, check out some of our other videos on this channel. We talk about index fund investing, ETF investing. We also have a stock market investing course that you can enroll in. Go to ourrichjourney.com to check out the class. I'll also leave a link in the description below. Finally, there's scarcity mindset, this fear of running out of something. Many times when people see a product in short supply, they want that product even more, even if they didn't need it in the first place. So that is why things like limited time offers are so effective. It can lead to unnecessary purchases and poor decision making just because of this perceived notion of a lack of resources. So I really think that being aware of this scarcity mindset and adopting this abundance mindset and focused on long-term goals can really help negate the negative effects of these scarcity-driven decisions. So those are the 5 different ways that psychology can really impact your financial habits. And I think by just being aware of these things, you could make better financial decisions in the future. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join the journey.